Good morning, everyone. Hey, Daniel Gomez Inspires here. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, and I'm excited. Woo, woo! Boom, baby. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling grateful. How are you feeling this Saturday morning? I'm feeling pumped up. The way you start the morning is the way your day goes. So, for those people that say I'm not a morning person, you have to be more intentional about being a morning person. And I'm excited today. I just wanted to come on live and just talk to you about some wisdom that I had to learn this week. It's been a very, very, very humbling, character building week. And what I mean by that is that it's been great, right? It's been great, but there's a lesson in every setback that we go through in life. There's a lesson. I want you to understand that. Let me say it again. In every setback that you get in your life, there's a lesson to be learned. And the question is, are you learning those lessons? Because if you don't learn from the lessons you're going through, guess what? Just like in school, if you fail the test, you're going to have to take it again. And these lessons, these situations that come up, we either pass them or we don't pass them. And I really want to speak from my heart today because it's been an interesting week. A lot of things just going on. And as many of you know, I hurt my foot last Friday. So it's been over a week that I hurt my foot. And my wife was just amazing. She has just been so amazing that I told her yesterday, I just thank you, right? I just broke down in tears because she's been wanting to help me like never before. And not that she didn't help me, but this is a key ingredient that I want you to get from what I'm talking about this morning is that how many of us we don't honor our spouse. Think about that. How many of us we don't honor our spouse? Are you honoring your spouse? Good morning, Ryan. How you doing, brother? Hey, man, good to see you, brother. God bless you, man. Thank you for joining us this morning. And how many of us are honoring our spouse? See, I used to be that way where, you go to work and you just nag about your wife or you nag about your husband or you nag and you nag and you nag and nagging doesn't get you anything. And I really had to learn this week, first of all, to accept her help. I had to accept her help. There was part of Daniel Gomez that didn't want to receive the help from my wife. I didn't want to receive it because as a man, it humbles you. It was kind of humiliating, I guess, but it's stuff that you have to go through. And she's been remarkable, and I had to catch myself, and I just felt like God put in my heart, like, dude, chill out, receive the help that your wife's giving you. And the moment I did that mindset shift within my mind, within my heart, it's like everything got a lot easier because my wife was amazing. She tended to me like she's better than any nurse I've ever had in my life. But the thing is, I had to receive her help. And so many of us were put in these setbacks, we're put in these situations, we're given these life lessons by the world, by the universe, and you're failing them because you refuse to ask for help, first of all. So are you receiving the help that God, the world, is sending you? That's the first question. Second question is this: are you honoring the person giving you the help? Your wife, your husband, and in many cases, are you honoring your kids? I just had a keynote presentation last week on leadership, and it was just amazing because we were talking about how some of us as parents, we don't honor our children. And I'm not saying spoil them. That's not what I'm talking about because I don't believe in spoiling kids and giving them everything they want. But I'm asking them, how many of us truly honor our kids by saying and having a real adult conversation with them? And it was amazing because I just had one of my clients. She was telling me she has young boys, and one of them is 7, 8. The other one's going to be like 4, 5. I said, well, talk to your children like they're adults. You can't goo goo gaga them and expect them to act the way you want. But too many of us, we goo goo gaga our children, and then they don't act right or whatever that is. They don't respond the way we want them to. Well, you have to change your communication and talk to them, because what happens is we get frustrated and then we start to like yell at them or just clean your room or just didn't ask you to do the dishes, and our communication stinks, and it's not the right way to approach it. So honor your children. Kids want to know, hey, I love you, son. I love you, daughter. How you doing today? And I tell you from experience, because there was a time in my life when I didn't honor my family. I didn't honor my wife. I didn't honor my kids. I didn't honor them. I honored my work employees more than I did my home family. So today I really want you to think about, A, are you receiving help when it's there? Are you receiving help from your wife? And are you receiving help and honoring your wife, honoring your husband? Accept the help. Too many of us, we wonder why we fail at work and we fail in business, because we try to do everything ourselves. And the moment you put your ego aside, because let me tell you, I have a drawer right here. I have a drawer right here. And it's full of my ego because I needed help. I needed help. And I'm going to be totally honest with you. You know what? I'm going to open up. I'm going to be totally transparent right now, because I believe that there's too many fake people out there right now, fake speakers, fake trainers, fake everybody, right? And I'm not being rude, but I'm just being real. The hardest thing I ever had to do, and I'm going to tell you this because you need to hear this, because if you don't humble yourself, the world's going to humble you. God's going to humble you. I'm 47 years old, and never in my life did I ever have to crawl to the bathroom. Think about what I just said. Never in my life did I ever have to crawl to the bathroom. And I found myself one morning, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, my wife was asleep. I didn't want to wake her up. I didn't have crutches yet. I didn't have my scooter yet. And I was like, crap, what am I going to do? And I didn't want to hop because it was too far to hop to the bathroom. And I just said, well, Daniel, you got to use the restroom, dude. You got to go urinate, right? I crawled. True story. And as I got there, and I didn't really think nothing of it, and this other client of mine, we were talking about just stuff that they're going through. And I said, let me tell you what happened to me. And he's like, you crawled to the bathroom? I'm like, yeah, I crawled to the bathroom. I have nothing to be embarrassed about. I had to urinate. But I tell you this because I want you to understand that how quickly someone may rise, that's how quick they can fall. And God showed me that as I was on my crutches, I want to be your crutch. I want to be your support system. I want to be what you lean on. I want to be what you lean on all the time. And for 4 days, I was using crutches 5 days. And then my wife said, I talked to Joanna, a friend of ours. She said, why don't you get a scooter for Daniel? And I was like, brilliant. Didn't even think about a scooter. But I believe I passed the first lesson in what I was going through, is that I was honoring my wife. I was respecting my wife. I was honoring my kids. They were checking up on me, and it was just a great communication that we were having. And I was receiving my wife's help. So just the way I put my ego in this drawer right here, I put my ego, I put my pride. Some of us need to do that too. And it's been great. It's been a great week because I've received the help. I had and I truly believe this. I had an amazing work week. We had an amazing work week. We sold like 3 or 4 seats to our Sticker Shock Speaking Academy, and it was just amazing the way things unfolded. I onboarded a new coaching client too that I'm going to have a session here with. It's just been amazing here after this is over. But I say that because if I wouldn't have honored my wife, if I wouldn't have honored her, and I wouldn't have received her help, I truly believe probably the outcome that I had for work, as far as working, wouldn't have been what I wanted it to be. So today, I'm going to end with this. Self-assess yourself. Self-assess yourself. Are you receiving the help, first of all, that your wife, that your kids, that God is putting around you? And second of all, are you honoring those people? Because anybody can nag, anybody can complain, anybody can just not be kind. But when you cause strife in your own life, listen to this. When you cause strife in your own marriage, when you cause strife in your own life, you're only cursing yourself, dude. You're only cursing yourself. Somebody needs to hear this message. Share it on your timeline. If you're watching this on replay, put the hashtag replay. But somebody needs to hear this message right now because you're struggling in life. You're struggling in life because A, you don't ask for help. You're not receiving the help. And B, your ego is getting in the way. And C, the thing is you're not honoring your wife. You're not honoring your husband. And you're telling your friends, your female friends, that your husband's an a-hole and he doesn't do this and everything that's wrong. And instead of focusing on what's right, focusing on what the good is in their hearts and their souls, focusing on the good of your children. Because if your kids ain't on crack right now, if your kids ain't on drugs, you're doing great. Honor them. This is Daniel Gomez Inspires. And I want to tell you this. Anything can be changed in your life. Nothing is carved in stone. The question is, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to change? You have an amazing Saturday, and just think about that, what we talked about today. If you need help, I'm here. I'm just grateful to be available to you, and just God is good. And I believe in giving back and helping people. So I'm always open for prayer. If you need prayer, just call me, email me. I'm here to help you out. As a matter of fact, let me put my email. Good morning. Daniel at danielgomezspeaker.com. And then Joanne, Adriana, good morning. Buenos dias. Gracias. Thank you for joining us. But it's been a great time with y'all. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have a blessed day, Adriana. Have a blessed day, everybody. If you need help, need prayer, hey, I'm always here for prayer. I never turn prayer down. God bless you, one. God bless you, everybody. God bless.